Doesn't look as nice having a extra cover on my bed that doesn't match the pillows and what have you, or even the sheets. But it is nice having the sleeping bag there to give me a little extra warmth in the morning, or excuse me, during the night. Turn on the light, get the candle going. Hey, that's not a bad angle. Never do this angle. It's really all about the angle. Oh, maybe that one might be okay. So little left. Well, let's cherish it. Let's light it up. Good morning, Julie Flanagan. I was thinking about you during the night. Not in like a creepy, weird way, but just going, I wonder what Julie would say. It's weird when you lose your sister and your dad moves away, and your mom, your sister, your brother. Even though we had a chaotic family, it was what we had. And kind of your support system when your things you don't feel are going right. And, I know that's the idyllic version of what a family is. I'm sure we all struggle with our own issues inside our family. It's a strange dynamic for a lot of us. But again, I don't feel like I have as much support in terms of decision making and thoughts. And maybe that happens to all of us as we age. We lose parents first, and maybe siblings, and maybe our friends we don't grow apart from. I probably talked to 3 friends that I've had for over 30 years. Not talked to, but at least exchanged a text yesterday with 3 friends that I've had over 30 years. But you don't see them every day, and if you used to work with them, you'd would see them every day, and they'd become your, I don't know, your people. Your people. Somebody asked, Silly Goose said, first things first, do I have my coffee? I mean, that's an awesome question. That is an awesome question, and I appreciate it so much. And the answer would be no, I don't. I don't have my coffee. It's brewing, though. I woke up at like 7:10. I woke up at like 4:50, and I went to bed about 1 o'clock last night. Last night was New Year's. I celebrated it, New Year's. I struck the midnight as I'm immersing into a hot bath. I worked yesterday at the restaurant, and we had a New Year's event going on. It was pretty busy, pretty productive, but I was ready to go home. I could barely move when I was done work, and at the end of the shift, I started going, I'm usually bubbly and outgoing, and I felt like in pain and hobbled. Glad I wasn't at Texas Roadhouse working a double. I mean, there were times a year and a half ago when it's funny because I'm a server and a bartender at 2 restaurants, and I only got back into those on an experimental basis about a year and a half ago. I needed a job and I needed a place to stay, and I'd waited tables at various times in my life. So I had an opportunity to work out in Yellowstone as a waiter, and I rode my scooter across the country, waited tables there. And I don't think that was the plan at the time to become like my vocation. That was just a quick fix. And here I am a year and a half later, still doing it. Different state, several restaurants later. Yeah. But good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. And Happy New Year, everybody. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Thursday morning. It's 7:35 a.m. It is January 1st, so it's 2026. There's something about 2026 that seems cool. I mean, 2025 seemed pretty cool too. I mean, 2024. But you know what I mean? Like 2023, nothing really to it. But like 2026. We're coming at you. But anyway, again, it is Thursday morning, and my name's Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. Hello, Sandra Lynn. This is a show I have been doing for quite some time. It is a show about me talking. It is a show about me sharing some feelings, kind of sharing a little bit about the ups and downs we have in life, kind of sharing the adventure that is one man's life. But for those that have been watching a while, you know this is not just a show. I still think I'm staggering around a little bit. I mean, I didn't get a ton of sleep. But anyway, you know it's not just a show about me talking. For those that have been watching a while, deciding which mug I want, that's always a big decision for me every morning. Well, it's New Year, old cup. Let's go with the Coffee with Ken mug. I thought about it, Julie, but not today. As I was saying, you know it's not just a show about me talking, you know it is also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And today I brewed up the Seattle's Best sea salt toffee flavored coffee, which permeates a pleasing aroma to me throughout my apartment, and I'm excited to have my first sip. My hope is wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you have a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Oh, make daddy feel good. That was nice. That is nice. Maybe I haven't treated myself. I felt a little out of sorts the last couple days and during the night. Felt like I had doubts creeping in, and my faith was crumbling, and I wasn't sure if I was making all the right decisions. I almost felt like I was walking on a path of divine providence. I don't know if that's the word, but it sounds cool. The last, I don't know, year maybe at least, where the decisions I made were, I don't know, got the stamp of approval, and I had God with me every step. And I've thought about this, and I thought about that poster with the footprints in the sand, I think it's called. And I'm like going, God, where are you? And I'm telling you, I'm getting the chills just saying it. I say it kind of joking, but I'm going like, God, where are you now? When it's just, you know, you only see one path of footprints in the sand, and he goes, that's when I was carrying you. And perhaps that's what I'm looking at today. Somebody says, while I was giving this spiritual, uplifting verse, said, Campfire S'mores by Seattle's Best is very good. Well, I appreciate that. And although I tease you for bringing it up at this moment, I appreciate that. And I might go shopping And if Seattle's Best is on sale, I'm very pleased with it, and I might just score a bunch of different flavors. Do I want a bunch of different flavors? Am I going to be here in 2 months? I interviewed with a job a week ago. And granted, it was Christmas. And I had a second interview. And then like crickets. I think they liked me. I'm not sure they're going to hire me, but I know they liked me a lot. It seems if you're going to interview with somebody and have them interview with somebody else the next day, and both go real well, and again, I'm not sure it's a perfect fit, so I might not get offered the job, but I figure I might. And again, I'm not being overly optimistic or even hold my breath or even care necessarily, but it went so well that I would feel, either say we're going to hire you or we're not. I just don't know how you folks in the world of interviews and stuff just go, well, and then wait like 2 weeks. I didn't interview because I kind of wanted to chat. You know what I mean? Oh, it will work out for me. Thank you, Sanderlin. It's just, I was thinking about it going, And I know we all have lives, but I don't know, if I ever get super rich and famous and start hiring people, I don't think I'm just going to interview them and kind of chill out for a week and a half afterwards. You know what I mean? But it's not rare. I've had that happen before where like months later, I'll apply for a job and months later and I'll do the next step. And then 3 months later, they go, hey, we want to proceed. It was back in Naperville interviewing for the 911 phone operator job. And I did a very extended online test of my, how I would handle emergencies. And then I didn't hear anything from them. And I kid you not, at least 3 months later, they go, hey, we're going to move forward. 4 months ago when I applied for this job and then did this, wasn't talking sometime down the road. Do you know what I mean? Am I just a pain in the ass? I probably am a pain in the ass. But you know what I mean? I interviewed and then interviewed again last week. And I know it was Christmas. I know it was New Year's. But it seems, and if the people I interviewed with are watching my social media right now, I would encourage you to reach out and lock this up as soon as possible. Because what you are seeing, is a hot commodity. And this might be a little frustrated. I think I'd almost rather to get the rejection now. And it wouldn't even be bad rejection. It's totally cool. But and again, this has nothing to do even with my employment. It's just more talking about what's up. What's up? Somebody says, call them today. Silly Goose says, having a valid point doesn't make you a pain in the ass. You know what I mean? Has anybody else gone through that? I don't think it's just me, but it's interesting. I went, All right, awesome, thank you. Because even if I was going to interview other candidates, well, okay. Again, I parallel to job search as dating a little bit. It feels like we went out on a great couple dates I went on a great couple dates with this company, and they're going, all right, we're going to date around for a while, and we'll get back to you if we still want to keep dating. It's just the way it is today, says Tina. Yeah. I don't like the way it is, I don't think. And again, maybe it's because in previous careers, I've always been like an independent contractor. And I'm working as an employee, but right now, but I'm interviewing with employees who don't maybe live and breathe, eat and breathe by their job. Whereas in the real estate business where I was 17 years, I could call any of them and say, hey, I'd like to go see a house today. They go, what time? Or if they wanted to do something for their business, they were going to do it. They weren't just going to, When you say they don't value, do you mean this specific company? It's not even the time or effort, but I would think they would think that I was there and interviewing for real reasons, like I wanted a job. I wanted to do this. I was excited. And I know it's been the holidays, but it just seems weird in work today. I don't get it. Maybe that's why I struggle with jobs. Maybe that's why I keep doing Coffee with Ken. Maybe that's why I'm here talking to you today. You think they have too many options? I would say, I think for this job specifically, I might not work for it. I might not be a good fit, but I also think I might be uniquely qualified. So I know how I'm going to proceed. But I'm just kind of surprised. I'm going to assume I'm not getting the job. So if I come back to you in 2 days and go, hey, they sent me a rejection email, we appreciate your time, and we're blown away by your qualifications. But unfortunately, at this moment, we've decided to pursue other candidates. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. You don't love me. Scott Baran, I was a little worried about you. I worry about the world. I can't even take care of myself. And I worry about the world. I don't even know Scott Baran, but he's been on my show. I know he's from Nova Scotia. I know his history a little bit. And I've been worried about you, Scott. And it wasn't for me, I promise you. It's not like I'm going, oh, Scott doesn't like me anymore. I'm worried maybe something bad happened to Scott. Maybe he'd fallen back on bad habits. I hope that's not the case. I wonder what Scott's doing. Maybe that's what's been missing in my life. It's not that I'm in doubt. It's not that the people I interviewed with didn't get back to me. It's that Scott Baran hasn't been on my show in a few days, and I was worried about him. Without being rude, do they hire younger people or do they hire the most qualified? I would assume what they were expecting was a younger person. But I think I could be awesome at this. And I'm not saying it because I'm stupid. And maybe I am stupid. But I'm saying this, I think I'm not good at a lot of things. I am not good at a lot of things. I'm not good at sales. I'm not good with my hands. I'm not good at a bunch of things. But I'll tell you what I am good at is being a substitute teacher, I'll tell you that. I bring in an energy to that class and to the school that seems to make a difference. That's a little non sequitur, though. See, if I was a substitute teacher, I'd be sitting down with the special ed fourth grade class that I happen to be teaching and go, now, Mr. T just used the words non sequitur. That's Latin. And I believe it means does not follow. This is non sequitur, like I went off in a different direction, and because of this doesn't necessarily mean this. Do you understand fourth grade special ed class? Yes, we do, Mr. T. Non sequitur. We are going to blow away our parents when we get home. And they're going to go, little Susie, little Johnny, what'd you learn in school today? Mom, I just walked in the door. Don't ask me questions that are so non sequitur. Well, little Susie, I'm not sure if you used that correctly, but I'm blown away that you used it at all. Good morning, Chromatics. Good morning, Terry Snyder and Rebecca Tilley and anybody else I missed. So yes, I probably am older than they expected, but in this specific area, I think my age could have been it's not teaching, but I think it's similar to that your experience and wisdom, if you will, I'm entertaining and fun. I think I would have been a good fit. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See, that's the Scott Braun. But it's not for that, Scott. It was for you. It really was. It really was. You like my energy and how I always smile. I'll tell you what, this morning, I wasn't smiling as I was laying in bed at like 4 a.m. going, I have doubts. My doubts outweigh my faith right now. I'm wondering if reading the Old Testament, I think I might have been better off just obliviously going into church on Sunday and them singing songs about goodness and love and you'll get us through the hard times. And that put your fear away. And that you can do anything through faith. Let me tell you, poor naive me, 3 months ago, I'm super cool. I read 2 chapters of Genesis. And I'm in there, church the next day, going, hey, I started reading the Bible. And everyone's either not interested because people are crazy, or B, bring me to their mentor and say, oh, you should skip to the New Testament. Now I know why. I think if anybody out there reads the Old Testament without a deep-seated faith in the New Testament and that anything in here is magic, you're going to start wondering, what the heck who am I praying to? This feels like I just realized that, I've been going to my dad and saying, Dad, what should I do? And Dad would sit me on his knee and bounce me up and down and go, well, Kenny, it's okay. We all go through hard times. And then all of a sudden you learn Dad is like a hitman for the mob. And you're going, wow. That's kind of what I feel like I'm going through. It's very difficult. Yeah. Are you saying it feels dark, plagues, and floods? I'm saying not only dark, plagues, and floods, the plagues I could almost handle. The floods I could probably handle. It's the swords, putting a sword to every man, woman, and child in whole civilizations. And yeah. And it's all that. I mean, there's no John 3:16 in the Old Testament. What is my favorite crayon color? Somebody says, reap what you sow. I mean, are those Old Testament words? They sound Old Testament. Reap, like the reaper. Yeah, I didn't read last night. I hope you guys didn't miss me. I didn't get home till 12. I figured you guys would be out partying. And nobody would want to hear me read Joshua 7 and 8. I might read a few chapters of Joshua today. I might post more videos and read more Bible, because I've been wondering, am I doing the right thing? Is reading the Bible crushing my faith? Was ignorance bliss? Perhaps it was. But maybe, since it's New Year's Day, and I don't have to work till I don't even know when. My next scheduled day is next week, Monday. Oh, I know what's been weighing on me a little bit. Oh, what's my favorite crayon color? Well, first of all, when you ask what my favorite crayon color, and I ask you all this, is that any different than what's your favorite color? And I almost think it is. Because I'm thinking you open up a box of crayons and you almost have like a friend. I would say my favorite color is purple. But if you ask my favorite crayon color, I'm not sure. Miss Missy said, how can reading the Bible crush my faith? Well, I think I just gave the perfect metaphor, talking about my dad and learning he's a hitman. Miss Missy, have you read the Old Testament? For you to ask that, Miss Missy, you either got to be a troll, because there's no way if anybody that's a devout Christian would understand why reading the Old Testament or reading the Bible would crush my faith. Would at least understand. And they would say, oh, well, I get it. There's a lot of dark messages in there, but you got to look at it this way or that way. So for you to say, how does reading the old Bible crush my faith? I just can't believe either you're somebody of faith, you're a Christian, because try reading it, would be my answer to you. Let's see. Favorite color to color with, or what color to wear? It's a trick question. Well, again, I know that's what was stumping me. I wanted to say purple, but I didn't know that my favorite crayon color was purple. It comes from Galatians. Don't be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, that man will also reap. Don't be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a man is. Galatians, is that in the Old Testament? Is that in the New Testament? I personally am concerned with there being an Old Testament and a New Testament. Or maybe that there's 66 books in all. All right, I'll continue with how reading the Bible can crush your faith. At best, the words in the Old Testament are either instructions, extremely specific instructions, or like a history book. But they're, in my mind, no way sacred words. You are a Christian with faith, and you don't understand how reading the Old Testament could crush your faith? somebody said God got a lot nicer from the Old Testament to the New. Yeah. Well, I don't know. But the God in the Old Testament's not nice at all. And again, I'll come back to the questioner. You could not have read the Old Testament and not at least understood why I would have some strong questions. Somebody said, did I find a job? God gave us more grace after the revelation of Jesus Christ. I wouldn't even say more grace. God is leading an army slaughtering civilizations in the Old Testament. Good morning, Brian. How are you? Happy New Year in Louisiana. You know what's awesome? And by the way, I came out and there was a pretty sunrise and I said, thank you, God. And I felt like there was a warmth and fuzz. Okay, this is how. I feel my relationship with God and was on solid ground. Yeah, I think it's a perfect metaphor. Me learning that my dad was a hitman. I thought I had an understanding with God. When I got pretty sunrises, I thanked the Lord for it. Or my blanket and my coffee. In the Old Testament, it's all about creating pleasing aromas for the Lord. Has anyone ever told you that you look like one character in that book? One woke up seeing 2 inches of snow on the ground this morning. Happy New Year, guys, from Maryland. Yeah. I don't know what I'm saying yeah to, other than you woke up with 2 inches of snow. You think I look like Lex Luthor? Yeah, I mean, I've heard that before. I've heard it before. Do I have a cold? Well, why do you ask that? I have had a cold for a month. Now I almost feel like you planted a seed. I might need to sneeze because you said, do you have a cold? And all of a sudden I got a chill. Watch this. I'm serious. As soon as you said that, I needed to sneeze. You have great power over me. Am I sniffling? I maybe have had a little bit of a cold for a while. You're assuming that I'm still searching for a job. I mean, I have 3 jobs for the record, but I may be relocating. And because of that, and because I'm addicted to job searching. Boop, boop, boop. No sound. Well, we're getting mixed messages. All right. Let's see. No, it's not bad to try and better yourself. But I'll tell you what, and I talk about bettering myself all the time. Sometimes it'd be nice just to go, hey, I'm got a job I'm like. Let's just keep hanging out here and doing this. What would my dream job be if I could find it? I don't know. I don't know. interesting. Let's see. Your understanding of God's will for us is to learn through our life's experiences. No, I know, but sometimes I'm just telling you, I'm having a hard time interpreting the messages right now. I'm having a hard time interpreting the messages. I love when somebody calls me bro. I need more coffee. Nick, why are you fascinated with my dad's belief or lack thereof? That's like the fourth time you asked it. I'm wondering why. Oh, I will stay strong. I will stay strong. I appreciate that simple message. That simple message of encouragement to stay strong. Is nice. So thank you for that. I wasn't raised spiritual at all. We did not go to church. I don't know what my dad does or does not believe for sure. So I just don't want to, I wouldn't call my dad, a man of great faith, although maybe he's come around to it. And I just don't want to try and interpret, but we weren't raised in church at all. My dad wasn't really a hitman for the mobster, in case you got confused. Let's see. I need a little bit of coffee. I need a little bit more coffee. Oh, Happy New Year to you, Gabriel. How are you today? Did you guys all have a nice New Year's? How many of you are hungover right now? Is anybody out there hungover? Did you, like I talked to my oldest daughter and she was headed out and I was just worried about her. And at midnight, I sent her a Happy New Year text to both my daughters. And I got one back pretty quickly from my second daughter, and I didn't get one from my oldest daughter till 5. I was a little worried, and I think I fell back asleep a lot quicker once I got a text from my older daughter. All right, sounds like a lot of people aren't drinking here. Rebecca's still under the weather. You're not hungover. Gabriel doesn't drink. Driver didn't drink. Almost all Southerners were raised in church. Yeah. Brian Johnson's in the house. We have a glorious audience. I don't know if I've earned the glorious audience today. Somebody said false. I wonder what they said false to. You had coffee last night. Well, I'm going to have coffee right now. Here, you guys relax here and enjoy the ambiance of my fireplace. Are you guys a little jealous? Let's see. Ghost Rider, Jeff Bezos, they need you to pay Amazon workers more. Why do you need me to pay Amazon workers more? Ghost Rider. That's the first I've ever heard of that. Do you really work for Amazon? Person that said you need Jeff Bezos to pay Amazon workers more? Or are you just saying that kind of for conversation's sake? No, you don't work for Amazon. So why do you need them to pay Amazon workers more? You didn't go to church while you were growing up. Your family believes in God, most definitely. Angela, you're from the South somewhere, aren't you? Are you from the Carolinas? But you did not go to church? I'm not sure you're from the Carolinas. It was a random thought. Somebody else said living wages are nice, but again, I'm wondering why we're talking about Jeff Bezos and Amazon. I think there's a... All right. Do you not feel like that person that wrote that about Jeff Bezos need you to pay Amazon workers more? Don't you feel it's if you're working for Amazon and you're not satisfied with your pay, don't you think it's your responsibility to go find another job? You know? Don't, like Nick said, Amazon doesn't pay a living wage. I mean, do you know that? And do they have to? Somebody said it's good to progress, but it's good to be content in what you're doing and you're happy. Yeah. They should. They should pay people more. I just look at it as if I'm not happy with the money I make at work, it's my responsibility to go find another job. And I don't really understand thinking any other way. But I'll have people hop on and say, oh yeah, Amazon, and I don't even know if that's slightly true. I don't know what Amazon employees make, but if they don't like it, I feel they should go work for UPS or do another job. And maybe that's a big, I just don't feel any, all I know is any Amazon employee, for some reason, that company comes up a lot. And nobody that ever works there says they don't like Amazon. Somebody says this is correct or move to a more affordable state. Some have limitations. Well, what do you mean some have limitations, Tina? Good morning, Lori. Grandma Cookie, you don't sound very pleasant. Who is this guy? That just doesn't sound very nice to say. And why are you all taking advice? I don't know that anyone's taking advice. I don't even know if I'm given any. I just don't understand why anyone thinks it's Amazon's job to pay more. I mean, I worked at UPS. They didn't pay me enough to feed a family either. The job I had last night didn't pay me enough to feed a family either. It's a very Gen X mindset. Cost of living continues to increase. Cost of living continues increasing while wages are stagnant. Wages aren't stagnant. All the workers that are struggling can't just get, they aren't enough. Maybe you're on a millennial mindset. You're putting it on me. Maybe mine's the right mindset. I think mine's the right mindset. Personally, obviously, I guess I do. It's my mindset. Of course, I think it's the right one. Tar Heel says, if you didn't like the pay, why'd you accept the job? With the cost of living being so high, it's nearly impossible to pay a living wage. I struggle with this because I could easily connect with the people that are out there struggling, because I struggle. I struggle to pay my bills. I work hard. I'm doing my best, and I'm struggling. I moved to Wisconsin to keep a roof over my head. So I could easily identify with those that I would describe as whiny little bitches that want Jeff Bezos to just throw money at them. But I think there's such a grotesque lack of responsibility with that attitude that you can do more about it. And I really do. And maybe it's because I'm old, but if I'm old and it gives me that attitude, I'm proud of it. I'm just wondering why we expect somebody just to pay us more. Look at the house I'm in. Struggle looks real. It sure isn't easy, right? Yeah, I just don't understand that. I don't know what you mean they don't pay enough. For what? They pay what they can to run a business. If you live in California, for example, to be honest, traditionally run Democrats run states, then things are going to cost more. Yeah, California's expensive as hell. So is Illinois, so is New York. Look at where you live. Most people would struggle. I don't know what that means. How much do I get paid? And I think this is an important conversation. I just don't understand why you think Amazon specifically needs to pay more. I mean, I've looked. I think Amazon pays like 20 to 24 bucks an hour for a driver, something like that. Right? Somebody said they have a fiduciary duty, responsibility to maximize profits. The cost of goods is concrete, wages are where they cut. But where they cut, I don't think they're cutting wages. Okay, now you guys are saying healthcare insurance CEOs that earn $30 million a year, that's a problem. Jim Rad, it does, but I was wondering, somebody hopped on and said Jeff Bezos needs to pay his employees more. And I'm wondering why Amazon. I think I know what they pay-ish. I'm betting if you work in a warehouse in Amazon, I can't tell you how many people told me to get a job at Amazon a year and a half ago. Amazon is a bad example. Okay, well, give me a good example. Like, why are we worried? Like this, how about Starbucks? I mean, I get the right to unionize if the employees want to form a union, but I'm wondering why the average us is so concerned with the Amazon employees. You're not complaining to my bosses that I don't get paid enough. I mean, you just want everyone paid more? And again, I'm not even saying I'm right. I just don't totally understand the concept that, it used to be just people would grumble about teachers not being paid enough, or firefighters or policemen. But now it's become every job just says we don't get paid enough. And again, as a capitalist, if that's true, and I mean, I almost think it's true. I don't get paid enough, but I'm not blaming my bosses. I'm going, what am I going to do about it? Am I going to move somewhere cheaper? Am I going to get another job? Am I going to find a higher paying job? Where can I cut costs? can I start my own business? And I think those are healthy activities and thoughts and feelings to have if you don't feel you're earning enough money. But to just say, hey, I'm not being paid enough, it's my boss's fault. I don't understand that thought. Wait, somebody just sent, hey, Lori, you're the sweetest thing. You made Cat Matt a member to my page. Wouldn't that be fun? And granted, I can't deny that it's not a little self-serving. Steve said, bitching will not get you further in life, period. Hard to start your own thing when you're working doubles to survive. It might be hard. Believe me. I mean, I was working, I got home at midnight last night. I'm tired. But okay, for me, this is my own thing. I generate revenue doing this. And so this is my own thing. And somebody said it's a Gen X way of thinking. Maybe it's the right way of thinking. Maybe kids these days get too pampered by their parents and play too many video games and don't learn in school and just think that the society is going to should bail them out always. Lori, you paid for somebody to become a member to my page. Isn't that cool? Thank you. I think that's awesome. Wouldn't it be fun if we all paid forward a membership? I should give out memberships. I don't even know how it works. Parents are not around because they're working doubles. Rebecca Tilley, I wish I could make you a member. You're there. I know you're not feeling well, and there's nothing super special about being a member, except your name's up in green. That's the most special thing. Yeah, I just don't understand the thought of, maybe I'm old and I'm going to die off, so you don't have to worry if I'm right or wrong. I don't understand just going, our bosses don't pay us enough. I would say I know extremely wealthy people that went to college, have worked hard, and now make a lot of money. So sitting around wondering why the boss doesn't pay us more, because I might not be struggling at the level. A year ago, I was living in my damn car. Oh, hey, Julie Flanagan. No, where does that go? Do you target that? That was so fun. You made somebody a member. That was so sweet, Julie Flanagan. Can you target who becomes members, or just does it go off into the air? Because you made somebody that I don't know a member. I lived in your car too. You were lucky to have that, Ken. Yeah. Wait, James, what's your name? I don't know what your name is. James, you're now the newest member to my Coffee with Ken page. And I welcome aboard. Julie Flanagan was very kind and made a member out of you. You believe it's random. All right. Well, Julie, thank you. That goes back to believing in Christ. Okay, those who believe in Christ trust that the Lord will watch over his people. Well, do you mean they have to work hard, or do they not have to work hard if you believe in Christ? Tina wants one. Tina, I don't know how YouTube picks who it goes to. Mama M, you are late. I know people that started as a plumber and now after 12 years they made money to learn how to run their own business. Screw college and whatever. I'm not lobbying for college, for the record. So you don't have to say screw college. I'm not lobbying. I'm just saying I went to college and my friends, a lot of them make a lot of money. I'm wondering, okay, you said F college. And believe me, I'm not necessarily promoting college, but it seems the people that grumble most about the lack of pay and say Jeff Bezos should pay more are also the ones that say F college. And I'm just wondering if there's possibly a correlation, A, to the bad attitude, B, to the thought that they don't need to go to college, they just need somebody to pay them more. You can't all run your own plumbing business. No, Jeff didn't. I don't know if Jeff went to college or not, but he started his own business. He didn't just sit around and whine that his boss at McDonald's wasn't paying him enough. He said, screw this, I'm gonna start selling books online. I can do it better. Somebody said we should be homeless if that's what it takes for Jeff Bezos to have another spaceship. I just think you blaming Jeff Bezos, and whether it's him or whoever, Elon Musk, and granted, they have a lot of money, but they're the ones that are employing humans. What have you or I done to help the economy and to employ other people? I think rather than us sitting around bitching that Jeff Bezos doesn't pay Amazon people enough, and I don't even know if that's true or not. If you really want to make a difference, rather than whining about some other company, we should start our own company and pay our employees exorbitant amounts of money so they can live happily ever after. But honestly, if an employee was just bitching that he didn't get paid enough, I'm questioning that he's a good employee at all. To me, he sounds like a bitch. And I don't want to hire a bunch of bitches to work for me. Does that make sense? They want more money. It's simple. They want to earn more. Do they want to earn more or do they want to be given more? I think they don't want to earn more. I think they want to be given more. Again, I worry about all my bills. I'm stressed about money, but I can't even imagine blaming the companies I work for. And I might say they're not busy. I need to find another job. Wow, I worked on Saturday night. We had no customers at the restaurant. So, I'm blaming the job a little bit, but I'm not saying they should pay me more. It's my job to go find another job if my job's not paying me enough. They want their own version of Coffee with Ken and to be social media influencers. We can't all be social media influencers. Most of you probably aren't determined or crazy enough to do this for as long and regularly as I do. They want their own. How many people that are asking for more money are also asking for more responsibilities? Hello, Fred Hinkle. Fred Hinkle from Southern Indiana. I think you'd be with me on this point. Christians still have to work hard because in the Bible, you work hard and then everything out of their control will be taken care of by God. Tar Heel, I think that kind of magically happens. And maybe that's part of the faith. I call it magic. You'd say divine providence or whatever you'd call it. But I think that does happen. I think if you have faith, you become a better person and you start working harder and hopefully not just sitting around blaming your employer that they don't pay you enough. Anybody out there that's complaining that their employer doesn't pay them enough, I'm promising you, and I'm sure there's a whole bunch of areas I can improve in life. Stop ever doing that and take any bit of energy you have that you're wasting bitching that your employer doesn't pay you enough. Put that energy into finding another job that pays more. And your life will be better. I promise you. And I'm sure I could apply that to me in a lot of ways. FedEx does not pay based on how hard you work, just on how many years you've been there. Your employer didn't pay me enough, so you quit and you got hired 2 guys to replace me. Okay. Well, I just don't understand. And by the way, I'm not saying if you're an awesome employee, you can go in and say, hey boss, I want a raise. It's funny because I think the term, like the thought of getting a raise and asking your boss for a raise, somehow that's almost gone by the wayside too. Like we get our pay slotted and it kind of tink, 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 it goes up, but it doesn't seem people get raises. FedEx won't give a raise. Well, Tina, do you work for FedEx? You said you need the insurance. Well, go find another job while you're working for FedEx. Okay, you work for FedEx. You need the insurance. They won't give you a raise. You've tried. Well, then keep trying, I guess and that, believe me, Tina, I'm out here. I can't find a job in Central Illinois, so I get it. I'm working as a waiter, a bartender, a substitute teacher, and a fantastic content creator. So I get it. I mean, I'm in the pits with you guys that are expecting your boss just to pay you more. So I'm in there. I could agree with you, but I don't understand the concept of that. Because again, I'm kind of a capitalist free market. I'm the most broke capitalist you're ever going to see. I think that's because I'm bad with marriages. You get divorced twice, you're screwing yourself financially. Anybody out there, believe me when I tell you, you get divorced twice, you're really hurting your finances. So stay single if you want to be sure, or if you truly find love, get married and live happily ever after. 20 years ago, you'd be doing much better. You're speaking to the individual. I'm talking about society. I don't know what we're talking about, society. Faith causes you to have a positive mindset. And then instead of spending time complaining, your mind will be positive enough to come up with new ideas, like selling books better. Yeah, no, I think faith does do that. Faith does do that. Somebody said, Stephen, that's terrible. Your company should have given you a raise way before that. If you don't mind me asking, do you have a retirement plan set up for yourself? No, I don't, Jim Rat. My retirement plan is keep working, die young, have coffee with Ken Grill. So yes, I have a retirement plan, Jim Rat. Either to keep working, die young, or have coffee with Ken Explode, or find another job that pays more and starts working on a retirement plan. I just don't expect whatever company that hires me to have that all worked out. I've got myself in a spot, and I'll tell you what, I've got myself in a spot, and I don't have beyond that plan I just laid out for you. The good thing is I'm in good health. At least it seemed to me that's a huge plus. Yeah. We have a glorious audience. Do you guys see the glorious audience we have today? Faith is essential to me. Faith and religion are different, but faith and spirituality are a fundamental foundation for good living. Chris W., I'm with you. I am with you. Somebody wants me to sell my house. Let's go get a little more coffee. Do you want to come with? He has been a company for 12 years. Jim Rat, I've never seen a better audience here than right now. And Jim Rat, that's saying a lot, because we have a glorious audience almost every day. And this is one of the most glorious audiences. Jim Rat, I got to tell you, I don't know if I've got a bug. I went to the gym yesterday, and I did my warm-ups at a bench, and it's 10 of 135. And I was going, wow, that kind of hurts. And not like hurts like my muscles were sore. I don't know if you ever experienced this. And then I went to 155, and I did 10, and I go, that kind of hurts. And then I put 175 on, and I did it once, and I go, that kind of hurts. This sucks. And I had like aches and pains, not the good kind where your muscles are hurting, but kind of the joint, every joint ached and hurt. So I said, to heck with this. And then I went to a different exercise and it hurt more. And I said, screw it. I need not to do this today. And it was kind of a bummer because I've been working out pretty consistently and feeling good. And then I went to work last night and I was a waiter for about 8 hours straight, which if anyone waits tables, that's tiring. You think I have a bug? Yeah, and my whole body was aching. I felt like arthritis, head to toe. You've been told having low testosterone cause all kind of... Speaking of low testosterone, I won't speak of it. I don't know. Certain aspects of my life, I think, are waking up. Podcast it and interview the chat. I wanted to stay up and watch the ball drop. Couldn't stay up until midnight, feeling old. You have a bug too, yeah. Again, I have hurts. Okay, we're talking about content creation. I love it. I have so many members to my page. It feels good. Thank you so much. Going to the gym on a regular basis, you mean fix your testosterone? How much do I think appearance matters with women? You mean, does a woman's appearance matter to a guy or a guy's appearance matter to a girl? I think we all know this. It feels almost like misogynistic admitting it, but it's true. I think women care much more about a man's financial health than they do his maybe physical appearance. Oh, okay, yeah, Jim, right. No, I'm with you on that. I'm hoping, but maybe I just need to take a few days off. I think I worked out. I think I had a cold like 6 weeks ago, and I haven't fully gotten over it. You just want to be treated kindly. Tina, if you just want to be treated kindly, I think you should probably hang out with people that'll treat you kindly. And it's kind of like the job I'm talking about. You can't expect the people in your life to start treating you kindly because they're going to be who they are. And it's your responsibility to surround yourself that will treat you the way you want to be treated. WMCC was never with someone because of money. I just don't believe that, WMCC. I don't believe that a financial well-being of a man didn't have a role in your relationships. Hello, Heimbach. That is about the most optimistic thing I've ever heard you say on my show. Somebody said, yes, if you expect people to treat you kindly, that's an unrealistic expectation. And that's what I'm talking about with the job as well. That you can't expect the job to change to please you. And you can't expect the people around you to suddenly become nicer, swell people. Because they might be mean people. They're not going to change because you want them to change. You need to change who you hang out with. You need to change the job you work at. Wait, we got a lot of conversations going. Can you admit that society itself may be in a slump? I mean, what does that mean? Can I admit that society is in a slump? I don't know if society it is. I guess I'm not worried about society being in a slump. And I think if we're talking about society being in a slump, I might be in a slump. I might not be in healthy relationships, in good careers, doing the right things with working out, eating healthy. So I can't fix society's ills, but I can fix my own. And if we focus on our own stuff, suddenly the world's going to start looking a lot better. Yeah. Like Tar Heel's a very spiritual man. I don't think he can solve the spiritual crisis that might be hitting the world or the country, but he can work on his own spirituality and develop as a better Christian, knowing by doing that, he's going to make an impact and feel more passionate and touch other people. But I think we got to fix ourselves and just keep working on ourselves. Dating apps, job apps, so impersonal. I agree, Tina. Maybe you and I got to figure out a better way to date and get jobs, because you're right, dating apps and job apps are impersonal. Chris says, you've taught your daughters to be the change they want to see in the world. Well, because you're not going to see change in the world, but you can see change in yourself. And if you do, you're suddenly going to, the world's going to look a little better. From news to high prices to struggling on the streets, being an addict to war, it seems everywhere. But Nick, I'm promising you, you're looking for it. If you stop looking at all those things and focus on going to the gym and working out or getting a better job or going to church, your perception of the world is going to change. You're watching the news, and the news is bumming you out. And I'm not saying I don't get bummed out. I was bummed out this morning. Somebody's saying cultural denigration. I don't think it's cultural. I think it's individual denigration. I think we live at home, play video games, and blame Jeff Bezos for our woes in this world. And we're looking at how much money Jeff Bezos has. Well, Jeff Bezos has kicked ass and done great things and employed hundreds of thousands of people, and always delivers my package on time. Before computers, there were no dating apps. People most met different places and actually had conversation in person. Believe me, I struggle with this too. But I mean, maybe I don't need to date. Maybe I'm not ready to date. Hey, when they spend time watching Coffee with Ken, that's time well spent. Okay, wait, somebody acknowledged it. You become a product of your environment. You realize that because you're doing the same thing, watching the war go on in the world makes you feel rather negative. Me too. I'm not preaching to you. I mean, a little bit I am, but I'm also preaching to me by reminding myself that, when I never feel like the man's got me down, but I might feel an ex-wife's got me down, or my kids are bumming me out, or I'm putting responsibility where it doesn't belong. And responsibility has to be here, because if you want to change something, you can't change other people or Jeff Bezos or your boss, but you can't change yourself. Am I Johnny Sins? No, but I like you thinking that I'm Johnny Sins. I don't really know what was going on in Minnesota with that daycare, but it sounds like there was, and I mean, a little bit. That's my issue with big government. I think the bigger the government is, the easier. There's nobody really watching. What do they say? You got the fox watching the hen house. There's nobody watching it like they should in a government or a big corporation, and that's why sole proprietors. You got the owner of the company with his blood, sweat, and tears on the line, watching out, but you have a huge government agency you can get taken advantage of easily. Okay, hold on. So I'm flipping before work yesterday. Tina said, you think 2026 is going to be scary. Well, Tina, that attitude sucks. Your attitude sucks, Tina. All the smart guys pay attention. Do you think the next 10 to 15 years for America is going to be really tough? Smart guys you pay attention to. All right, well, your opinion sucks. It will suck. 2026 is going to suck for you, Tina, because you just said it would. I don't know how else to make it. You've talked about you're not paid enough at FedEx. They won't give you a raise. You can't get another job, and 2026 is going to suck. Duh, it will suck. Maybe 2027 will be better. Tell me how good 2027 will be, and that'll be the way it is. Your attitude determines everything, and you just said 2026. You've just written off the whole damn year. And I just don't understand that thought. You got to turn that around. Life's not just going to magically get good for you. And even if it does, you won't notice. You got to turn that attitude around. And if you don't, it's just going to suck. And so will 2027. And so will the rest of your life. Total Package said 2026 will be as good as you make it. Almost as good as you perceive it to be. And I'm not even trying to be mad at you, Tina. I just am a little mad at you. Because you just said 2026 is going to be scary. You got to turn that around. What else did I? Oh, okay. So I'm flipping on the phone. And who's the guy with the hair? He's kind of mellow. He's got like some Dutch name. He's a podcaster. He's totally not noteworthy in any way. Does anyone know who I'm talking about? Who am I talking about? He's got a Dutch name. He's got long hair. He wears a baseball hat. He's a podcaster. Not Andrew Tate, not Hawk, not AI. But anyway, I guess his name doesn't matter. But he's on a podcast. He's famous. He's kind of mellow. He looks like a stoner, but might not be. He might even be sober. But that's not really relevant. He was talking to somebody, and I didn't know who she was. She was, kind of cute. But she was a famous influencer or internet personality. Made me ashamed to strive to be one. But do you know what her niche was? Her niche was like Hangover Girl. And she got famous for doing videos of her being super hungover every day or whenever she did it. And I go, She got rich and famous for being hungover. Anyway, that's not relevant. She got so rich and famous, she started dating Zach Bryan, who's a country, or I don't know, what kind of music is Zach Bryan? Does anyone know? I don't even know. But either way, they had Zach Bryan. What kind of music? Come on, somebody, country. Okay, Zach Bryan's in country. And there's some internet star who's famous for doing hungover videos. And maybe it can be funny, and maybe she's smarter than me because I'm talking about sobriety. She's just laughing at herself, so she's probably smarter about it. But either way, they had a relationship, and it was horrific, and she blamed him for all sorts of horrible things, and he blamed her for all sorts of horrible things. I don't know what my point is, other than to date a woman who's famous for doing hangover videos, you might be barking up the wrong tree. And it could also be said, Zach Bryan is only famous for being a successful musician. And I'm not sure that being a successful musician makes you necessarily a good person. You might connect with his songs, but that doesn't mean he's the type of guy you want to go out with. He's famous and can buy you nice things, but I just would say that it was a relationship that wasn't on firm foundations. Didn't she win Special Forces? I don't know what you mean. Wait, Theo Von, that's his name. Thank you. Theo Von. That was the guy's name. He's kind of, I don't know why he's famous. He's maybe just because he's such a normal dude. I mean, I don't find him particularly compelling in any way, but I mean, maybe that's his key. Theo Von's a comedian? From Road Rules back in the day. I never watched Road Rules. He's funny. He was raised super religious. He's hilarious. He's not hilarious in his podcast. He's a comedian, but not funny at all to you. I'm not saying I'm not offended by him. He seems like a fine guy. I might like to go to breakfast with him. I'm not saying bad things about him. He didn't strike me as even trying to be funny. He's hilarious, outlandish, and absolutely no filter. Well, okay, you totally love him. All right, well, either way, the point isn't about Theo Von. He was just the guy on the podcast. Do I have any addictions or insecurities? Oh, yeah. Somebody jumped out of their chair because they saw my face. Tar Heel says all those things is what is wrong with today's generation. Tar Heel, how old are you? Were you born in 69, I take it? Ooh, by the way, speaking of 69. No, again, I didn't mean, he seems like a fine fella. I just didn't find him particularly funny. I'm not saying he sucks. I'm just saying I didn't know he was, I never even chuckled when he said something. He just seems like a mellow dude, that, like a former stoner that is interviewing people. Do I think business lenders work harder on the employees that work for them? Business leaders work harder? Oh yeah, no, I think the business leaders generally work harder. Hello, June from Virginia. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Tar Heel, probably 56 years old because it's Tar Heel 1969. But I've been seeing a lot of music videos. Not music videos, but they're showing, I must have clicked on one because I'm getting a lot of concert footage shown to me. And I'm almost going to get the chills talking about it. Does anybody out there like Bryan Adams? You know, summer of 69, Bryan Adams. Canadian musician, was huge in the 80s, but apparently, okay, Lori said yeah. WMC likes Bryan Adams. It was beautiful though, and I'm getting the chills. It was a concert from 1996, and he's at Wembley Stadium in London, I think. And his band started playing the music for the song Heaven, the intro. And he was ready to sing it, and the audience just started singing it. And I can't imagine how awesome it would be as a musician to have 80,000 people singing the song and knowing the words by heart at a concert you were performing at. And about a minute into the song, he joins in on the singing, and it really made me, I don't know, made me appreciate Bryan Adams, that song, the thrill it must be for a musician of any type to perform in front of a live audience. I've seen a lot of videos where various bands are performing at like Woodstock 99, and there's hundreds of thousands of people jumping around to their music, and what a thrill that must be. Good morning, Elvin. How are you? Pantera played in Moscow in front of 1 million people. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm seeing concerts where you can't see the end of people. Tina said Bryan Adams, 66. Is that how old he is? That seems to be about right. He's probably 10 years older than me. He's got a very raspy voice. Good morning, Jaws. How are you? Happy New Year to you. We have an amazingly glorious audience. Jim Rad, are you still there? We got 75 people watching. We got 73 thumbs up. I think we got two new brand new members to Coffee with Ken. That's exciting because your names are green. John Bon Jovi is 63 and still handsome. How about the women? Do you guys, when you're looking at your phone, do you ever get these videos where you'll see like, I don't know, they'll show some pretty actress from 1990 when she's 20, and then she'll turn around and they'll show her today at like 70, and she almost hasn't changed at all? That's got to be a lot of plastic surgery behind that, because, I don't know, we all age and we all get wrinkles, and a lot of these women don't. Collected effervescence, the feeling I got when I watched the concert. Rick Springfield was in D.C. last night. Looks amazing. Cher, Dolly Parton. But Dolly Parton has aged. You know, she looks like a woman that's aged. She doesn't look like she's 82 or whatever she is. But she's aged. But some of them didn't. And I'm wondering, and not that it matters. If they want to do whatever, that's cool. Men grow into character. Dolly Parton is all sliced and diced. That sounds horrible. Bjork aged naturally, and you think she's still quite beautiful. I don't hear much about Bjork. By the way, the music must suck today. Yeah, the music must suck. Because anybody that came out with any song from the 80s and 90s, they'll act like was the greatest musician of all time. And I go, they were a one-hit wonder 40 years ago. Why are we still talking about them? What kind of coffee am I sipping on? Well, I'm sipping on some sea salt toffee coffee from Seattle's Best. Plenty of it sucked yesterday, too. Yeah, but anything that was played back then, they'll act like it was great. I look like, I'm older than that. I didn't wear flannel. I mean, I listened to Pearl Jam a little. It would have been hard not to. But I didn't have long hair in the 90s listening to Pearl Jam. I was older than that. I'm 10 years older than that fictitious character of me you're describing. I was, 24 or 5 when Pearl Jam came out, and I would wear a suit and go to work. Can you hire me? No. Am I from 1979? I don't know what that means. You loved watching Family Ties with Michael J. Fox. I could see that. I mean, Michael J. Fox is a very, loved person. And always was. He seemed like a good guy. You know who's kind of like him? Who's had a rebirth in his career? His sister, the guy I'm talking about, was in Family Ties with Michael J. Fox. Somebody help me. Who played Michael J. Fox's sister? Nancy McKeon. No, Jason Bateman is who I'm talking about. Yeah, Jason Bateman's kind of got a Michael J. Fox vibe, I think. Kind of a likable, funny, charming guy. Not Tina Others. I appreciate that. You're right. He had 2 sisters. You always thought Farrah Fawcett was beautiful. Well, I mean, a lot of people did. She probably had the best-selling poster of all time. Tom Holland reminds you of Michael J. Fox as well. It's funny because my previous stepson was named Tom Holland, is his name. And my daughters had a crush on Tommy Holland that played Spider-Man. I came across Tommy Holland in his very first movie. It was a movie about the tsunami that hit, and I think he was just a kid in it. And I was watching it several months ago, and it was very disturbing and horrible to watch, so I couldn't watch it all. Where am I right now? I'm in Appleton, Wisconsin. Who are you? Seriously, you just turned in. As long as you're serious with that question, why don't you just sit back and watch Z-Bird and discover if you like me or not? You don't follow Tom Holland. Well, I don't follow him either, but he was in a bunch of Spider-Man movies, and my daughter's had a crush on him. Yeah, it's a glorious audience. It is a glorious audience. It's one of the most glorious. We got 89 people watching. We got 80 thumbs up. I bet you we could get to 100 thumbs up today. I wonder if we're going to pick up any more subscribers. I'm not sure the cheese in Wisconsin's really all that, for the record. How was work last night? Did you find that woman who wanted a... Work was okay. I mean, we did fairly well. We made some money, and I got home right about midnight. Work was okay. If I could do it over again, would I still do marriage or would just live together? I don't know. I don't know if I'm made out for marriage or cut out for marriage. I'm twice divorced, and, you know, it doesn't do any good. You can't blame the other person because the other person's just the other person. So I look at myself and go, maybe wasn't meant for marriage at all, and maybe I'm not the marrying type. So would I do it again? I wouldn't want to not have my kids on this planet. I think even though I don't see them nearly as often as I'd like, having kids I kind of think is, I don't know, kind of keeps me grounded even from a distance. Well, we have 81 thumbs up. If anybody's watching and hasn't given me a thumbs up yet, if you could double tap that screen, I'd greatly appreciate it. Because it'd be neat if I could get to 100 likes. Somebody just did. Come on, we got 82 thumbs up. You had amazing scallops in Wisconsin in 2015. Huh, that's interesting. I'm not saying there wouldn't be nice scallops, but I don't really see any connection to Wisconsin and scallops. Tina says she thinks marriage is unrealistic paper to possess somebody. Well, Tina, we've already talked about your opinion. You think 2026 is going to be scary. Oh, the double tap gives hearts, not likes. How do you give a thumbs up to my screen? Oh, I got up to 88. We got to 88 thumbs up. 89. How do you give likes? I don't know. Wisconsin is landlocked. No, why would they have good scallops? Well, is Wisconsin landlocked when the whole border of it is on Lake Michigan? Can you get scallops from a lake? One of my favorite songs. Press the three dots on the top right. I've got 91 thumbs up. I'm going to bring you to get some more coffee with me. We're almost there. We got 84 people watching. Do we have any new subscribers? Somebody asked me what look at my right knee. You can't see my right knee, but I'm hobbling. I used to run marathons. And now my knee gets all frozen up if I walk across my apartment. It actually gets frozen. Oh, what a lovely apartment. Oh, you say I have a lovely apartment? Thank you for noticing. Looks chilly out there. Do you think the coffee shops are open today? 93 thumbs up. How awesome. Join the Hobble Club. You make fun of me, but you're allowed to wake up in fear? Hypocritical? I'm allowed to wake up in fear? Well, yeah, I wish. Oh yeah. Really lovely. Thank you. Happy birthday to you. Is it your birthday? Wow. There was a woman at work. Which marathons have I run? Chicago. I've run Chicago, I don't even know, 7 or 8 times, and I've run Boston once. I only hobble once if my knee's bent for a while. It freezes up. You meant that in a good way. Yeah, Tina does need Jesus. Got to get out of the jungle. You mean the cement jungle that I'm living? I like it here. Again, I talked about moving to Central Illinois. It will be, I mean, I love my apartment and I love that I get to walk to the gym and walk to a bunch of coffee shops. I don't have a big group of friends here though. So I could be okay without that. I look like Dustin Rhodes. I don't know who Dustin Rhodes is. He sounds very handsome and sexy. Hello, Hungry Kitty. How are you? Mm. 96 thumbs up. We are so close. We are so close. Getting older. Yeah, with the knee. You want me to search up Dustin Rhodes right now? No. I'm doing a glorious show. We're almost to 100 thumbs up. Your tallest son is 6'7". Oh, all right. Have I seen a lot of wildlife at Yellowstone? Well, you realize, by the way, I don't know what your name is, but you are in green because Julie Flanagan bought you a membership to my page. It's going to be great. My eyes are stunning. I don't even know how you can see my eyes. Yeah, I'm wondering. I look like the actor in the movie Powder. I remember that movie. I don't really remember what it's about. I don't think I ever saw it. Tar Heel. Yeah, I was born in '68. Captain Majan would like to mention something. All right, we're all waiting. You breed them tall. How tall are you, 55? If we're all made up of energy, energy changes from one form to another, how come we have the ability to think? Lori, well, thank you for joining. I look like your Uncle Mike. You're 5'9". How tall is your husband, 55? 5'9's tall for a lady. I think that's, my daughter's either 5'8" or 5'9". One of my daughters. I've got 3. Oh, Latte Love. Hubby is 6 feet. Well, he's not very tall. We are in a simulation. Well, we got 98 thumbs up. Can we get okay, guys, even if you don't like my show, just to shut me up, could you double tap again? We got 99. Get me to 100 likes. Get me to 100 likes. Jaws says most of us are between 50 oh, we got 100 likes. Whee! Way to go, way to go. The one thing that continues to grow consistently is this page. And I don't know why. I picked up like 400 and something subscribers last month. Seems like a lot. All right, well, thank you for liking it. Anybody new here, please subscribe to my page. It grows a little every day. I talk, I drink coffee, and I don't know, you guys engage. How's it going, Mitch? It's going well, I think. I woke up scared, almost depressed. But then I went back to sleep. I felt a little better. There's a world-renowned Egyptian artist named Amr Diab. I don't know I don't know. I don't know. Look, I am Captain Amistad. I appreciate it, but I don't know how many of us enjoy listening to Arabic music. I mean, I don't even know what Arabic music sounds like. Do I believe in God Himself? I certainly pray and I believe in a higher power. I'm struggling reading the Old Testament that I'm finding this book remarkably unholy as I read the Old Testament. And I'm starting to have questions that I never felt before. Why was I scared and depressed? Well, a bunch of reasons. I mean, depressed. Well, I got a lot on my mind. I moved up to Appleton, Wisconsin 10 months ago. I liked my apartment. I had 3 jobs. I'm so much more stable financially and spiritually, and feel sort of safe being here. And I'm presented with an opportunity to get closer to my kids and move to Central Illinois. And to me, it feels like starting over. And you're not starting over from scratch, you're starting over with experience. But either way, I desperately want to get close to my kids, and I haven't figured out the way to make it happen just yet. How to relax in the midst of chaos. Pray. The 3 jobs thing sounds hectic. Yeah, it is. I mean, it hasn't been the last 2 weeks because 2 of them, I mean, they're all quiet right now. WMCC says, and you're a woman, WMCC, correct? You think this channel attracts an audience because you talk about everything. Many channels are boring. It's weird because I have people hop on all the time and say, hey, what's this channel about? Like, oh, we're a show that talks about making candles. And that might be very appealing if you're a candle maker. You're also reading the Bible, but reading it like it's a fiction novel and trying to enjoy it like it's just another book I'm trying to enjoy. All right. Eat a live oyster on stream. Do you eat live oysters? I've never seen a live oyster. I was at a Red Lobster the other day. I felt a little bad for the lobsters that were in the swimming pool. Wait, hold on. Rent is so high, you're thinking of moving to another state to live with family, but conflicted about it. Well, I understand your feeling of conflict. Oh, well, Nancy, tune in. I talk about it all the time. My show is about that. I wake up every morning and go, oh, crap. I struggled with anxiety and most of my life, and this show's kind of me working through it. By the way, we have 109 thumbs up. If you could double tap or do whatever you have to be to get me to 110. I know, I'm getting greedy. You can keep 100 going. Keep the chat at a slow level, definitely able to engage. What do you mean by that? You like my face. We got 110 thumbs up, right at 110 minutes. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see, we've talked for 110 minutes. We now have 111 thumbs up. It's glorious. If I ever get invited to the Mr. Beast show to do a challenge, win $5 million, what would I do? If I won $5 million, what would I do? I guess that's what I'm conflicted about with this whole move thing. What would I do with $5 million? I mean, I certainly would buy a scooter. And outside of that, I mean, I can think of maybe putting some for retirement, putting some for college funds for my little ones. Um, but I don't know or really have any great desire to win uh, $5 million. I'd like to earn it for fun. If you read the Bible like a fiction book, hold on. Don't even consider wearing wigs. No, do I even consider wearing wigs? Maybe for a big event, like I'm in courts or something like that. No, I don't ever consider wearing a wig. I mean, are you serious when you ask that question? If you think I would consider wearing a wig? Bald is beautiful. What am I drinking? I'm drinking some coffee. Yes, I'm drinking it black. Hungry Kitty, are you a man or a woman? I look great without hair. Well, yeah, no, I don't. I'm comfortable with this. You think the funniest part of winning a bunch of money would be giving it away and enjoying the joy. All right. The funnest part. Yeah, okay. I guess I hadn't thought through that. Where would I go? I don't know. Would you give it in big chunks or would you put like $100 to various people? If you won $5 million, like when I went and got coffee, would I leave $100 in the tip jar? Or would I go to an individual barista and give her $100,000 and really change her life? You'd not give it away. You don't have to give it all away. What exactly does black coffee, and why do I prefer it over sugared or milk coffee? Well, I never put sugar in my coffee, but sometimes I'll put cream. The problem with having cream or sweetened cream, even more so, when you're at home, sometimes you'll run out. And when you run out of cream or it runs low, you don't feel you can enjoy a pot of coffee unless you have it. And too often in my life, I would run out of cream at home. And it would ruin my coffee drinking experience. So I said, let's learn to like it black, and I have. However, when I go out, when I'm at Starbucks or at a diner or something, I'll still occasionally put cream in my coffee. Almost always when I'm at Starbucks do I put cream in coffee. You would donate a lot of money toward cancer research in children. You would give huge tips and help people that were in a health money jam. I think it would only save a couple mil for yourself to retire. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. And I am telling you, this is one of the most glorious audiences I've ever had. This is one of the most glorious audiences. Jim Rad, if you're still there, I think you can feel the glory. You can feel the glory. But it's Thursday morning. It's 9:24 a.m. We've talked for about 2 hours here. And you can buy Coffee Mate and keep it on hand. The powder, yeah, again, okay, you want me to talk more about that? The Coffee Mate, well, it's not healthy for you. It costs money. It adds calories. Those are 3 things that also are bad about adding stuff to your coffee. I drink several cups of coffee a day, and if I put a shot of cream or even that powdered stuff in each one, I think over time, those calories would add up. You caught me while enjoying your coffee. Perfect time, and Happy New Year to you, South. How are you? Cherry bean soup. Oh, that's what you call coffee? If I can make 5 million, then why not 50 million? If you make 50, then why not 500? See, that's kind of what I want to do. I don't want to win $5 million. I want to just play the game and watch Coffee with Ken grow. I think this is my best opportunity to make a lot of money. And I'm not doing it for the money. It's just part of the game. You just ran across and you've been stuck here listening. Not sure, but I have something. Z-Bird, I hear I do have something. I hear I do have something. And again, the audience grows every day. I appreciate you hopping on and your words of encouragement. It's hard signing off with such a glorious audience. Oh, Angela Davis Smith, what is that emoji you sent me? Or you put, what is that emoji of? I can't see it. My eyes aren't good. My eyes aren't good. You think my shorts are going to steer much more traffic quickly? Well, I've been doing my shorts and my lives. I get more viewers, more subscribers from doing my lives than I do my shorts, but I do get a fair amount of audience from both. James Taylor. I want to listen to a little Bryan Adams. Okay, I don't believe in resolutions, but maybe I'm going to resolve to listen to a little Bryan Adams, a little James Taylor. Did James Taylor do Fire and Rain? Is that his song? I think that it is. Hey, Burnt Offering is here. Summer of '69, good. Good, but I want to hear Heaven a little bit. And because again, I saw Bryan Adams do that in concert yesterday, and I thought it was really cool. Just the beginning of the song, and I don't even want, I'm going to give you the guitar noise. Dun, dun. I can't even do it, but just think of the beginning of the song, Heaven. A coffee cup. I don't know what you mean, a coffee cup. I don't know what you mean, a coffee cup. Wait a minute. Hey, somebody just sent me 2026. Happy New Year to you. Who sent that? What does that mean exactly? Who sent that? That's so awesome. I don't know how I can tell. Karen Burns. I don't even know who you are, Karen Burns, but I'm telling you, that little 2026 you sent me was so sweet. I very much appreciate that. Happy New Year to you, Karen Burns. Are you new to my show? Are you new to my show, Karen Burns? I appreciate it whether you're new or old. Your name doesn't ring a bell offhand, but I appreciate you hopping on, throwing a little good vibe out to the page. Komodo dragons were long believed to kill prey mainly through dangerous mouth bacteria, but modern science overturned that idea in 2009. Just a background watcher, love the message. Well, thank you so much, Karen Burns. You saw James Taylor, wasn't he? He had a serious, was it James Taylor? I think it might have been serious, like, and he doesn't seem it, but I think he might have. And I apologize, James Taylor, if you're out there and I'm wrong that it wasn't you. I think you might have been addicted to like heroin or something like that. Was it James Taylor? Or I know things were crazy in the 60s and 70s in music, but I think it was. You were a big Bruce Springsteen fan in the 80s, but now not as much? All right. You're relieved over the Komodo dragon situation. Okay, yeah, he was. And again, it's weird when you think of James Taylor, you think of these nice folk songs and you think of these guys that have it all figured out to play this beautiful music. And I tend to put like the heavy metal dudes as the ones that are going to go and get hooked on drugs, but it's not true. I think the scene, like Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, I think those guys all had struggled with a lot of addictive issues. And they sing kind of nice harmonic music. Let's see, what's this? Oh, Karen Burns, you almost made me cry with that. Let's all follow Ken's lead and help make the world brighter in 2026. Wasn't that like a Coca-Cola commercial? I think it was, way back when. Way back when. Oh, it's nice. So it's Thursday morning. Gonna FaceTime my little ones in a bit. Going to not go to the gym today. I'm gonna rest my body and let it heal a little bit. Probably gonna go to a coffee shop and edit some videos. Probably gonna look for, do a little job searching and kind of ponder some things and try and have some gratitude as often as possible as I go throughout my day. And again, it's hard for me to sign off. Indiana's in the Rose Bowl. Who are they playing, 55? Jaws, work last night was fruitful, but it was painful. It was sore. Oh my gosh, we have 86 people watching. Hey, we have a bunch of new people hopped on. For anybody that new hopped on, could you please give me a thumbs up? I'd like to get to 120 thumbs up. Totally arbitrary, I admit it, but if you get me to 120 thumbs up, it would make me smile a little bit. Stallone wants me for Expendables 55. Who are the Hoosiers playing, 55? Somebody's going to wake and bake and fall asleep watching the Rose Bowl. Angela, I will have an awesome day. What am I having for dinner? I don't know. Oh, look at that, 121 thumbs up. I don't know. You already answered. Well, I missed it, 55. Oh, Alabama. Alabama. Wow, what a glorious, glorious. Matthew 6, verse 14, 15. Again, I'm not familiar with that verse, but I appreciate the good spirit throwing my way. You're pulling for Indiana? Well, I'm going to pull for Indiana too. They're an amazing story that they went from a doormat in the Big Ten year after year after year to one of the best teams, if not the best team in the country. Are Christians allowed to eat pancakes? I believe that they are. I believe that they are. And I was wondering about pancakes. I made pancakes yesterday and put a lot of blueberries in them. And I'm wondering if you eat blueberries via pancakes, if you're still getting all the health benefits from the blueberries, or if you cook them, if they go away, because they're tasty as hell. They are tasty as hell. Romans 8:28 through 31. What I might do right away is when I sign off with you fine folks, throw on some biblical message channel and listen to some music and maybe take a bath and drink some coffee and go get my day started. You make chocolate chip raspberry pancakes with maple honey. Hey, I mean, that's got a lot of different flavors. Let me see. Chocolate chip raspberry pancakes with maple honey. Never even heard of maple honey. Are there any true journalists left in America? Well, what do you mean by a journalist? Like, what's a true journalist to you? I think, I don't know, I think I do a pretty good job of independent journalist and not, I guess I don't even know what a journalist is. If you forgive people who have wronged you, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you don't forgive others, your Father will not forgive you your own offenses. Do I respond to comments? And you're trying to find the best breakfast ingredients? Well, I just did. Throw some blueberries in some pancakes. Romans 8:28-31. Well, Tar Heel, I'm not there yet, and I don't know if Romans is New Testament or Old Testament, but either way, I'm headed in the direction. Yeah. But anyway, this has been a fun show today, and I want to thank you so much for being a part of my New Year's Day morning and sharing some conversation and some coffee with me. I hope you, well, apparently if you're watching, you got home safe last night, so I don't have to wish that, but I'm thankful that we all made it home safe last night. And I don't know, hope you're excited about your day. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you are loving yourself. I hope you are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.